Everyone say hi to Liza. Liza, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today. So guys, Liza has set aside some time to share some of her tips. By the way, congratulations on your recent pass of the ACE personal trainer exam.
Thank you.
Congrats. So each week we're going to be doing these different interviews, give or take weekly, of folks that have passed. And we're asking them if they would come on to share some of their tips that help them throughout the entire study process. So Liza, tell us a little bit about, like, you just recently passed.
Yesterday. So
yesterday, really fresh. So
yeah.
Where are you from? First and foremost, let's start there.
From South Jersey.
South Jersey.
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids. So I homeschool them. So we're busy.
Oh my goodness. Stay-at-home mom, 4 kids. You're in South Jersey. So what city would that be? What town?
So I'm in Swedesboro. We're about 25 minutes from the bridge to Philly. So
okay, really cool. I was born in New Brunswick, so I've got some family.
Okay.
I got some family, but okay. So when did you register what did you enroll in the ACE personal training certification?
June 3rd, I believe.
June 3rd of this year?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you knocked this out. How long did you study for? Did you register and then you've got 4 kids. So did you do it full time? Did you do it part time?
Yeah, well, I did it part time. I mean, but every morning I get up hours before them. And for the first hour of the day, I just read. So I read through the textbook first, but I did that for an hour a day.
Did you read through the entire textbook?
Yeah, that was one of the things I figured, if this information's in here, I know a lot of YouTube videos you'll watch, they'll say, forget this chapter, forget this. Well, I didn't want to miss anything. So I just covered my bases and just read through the whole thing.
Okay, awesome. So you got 4 kids and you woke up first thing in the morning. What time was that? Like, what time did you wake up in the morning?
I get up at 4:30 every morning.
4:30. Okay. So you're pretty hardcore.
But I go to bed early. So
okay. All right. What time on average, would you say that you get to bed?
8:30.
Okay. So you literally got up at 4:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
How many out of 7 days in the week, how many days did you read?
I read all 7.
All 7 days. So
yeah, I generally work out 5 days a week. So I'm getting up anyway, 4:30. And then, I spend that first hour reading, but the weekends don't matter. I still get up the same time. So I was just getting my reading in.
Okay, awesome. So you did that for 7 days a week since June, the beginning of June. And during this time, like how long on average would you study for? So 4:30 until 5:30 till 5 till 6?
Yeah, 4:30 to 5:30. I'd read, and the combination of reading, watching YouTube videos. Like I said, I was telling you, I got this book, right? I don't know if you guys can read the title. This is from Amazon. I just want to show you one page. So it has all the exercises, and then it shows you all of the muscles that are used in that exercise. And then it shows you what's happening at each joint.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll have to check this out. This was a huge help because I just referenced this for all the things I was confused about.
And guys, just to let you know, there's no endorsement of this book. She's not getting any commission. We have we have no idea of the publisher. And when I invite these students to come on and share their tips, these are just what worked. Literally, really what worked. So take me back again. So 4:30 to give or take around what time would you finish studying?
I'd say 4:30 to 5:30, because then I would go down and work out. So
okay, 4:30 to 5:30, then you go down and work out. During the study, specifically for these folks that are watching in the group that are still studying, for that hour, did you just read straight? Did you read for 10 minutes and then watch a video and then read for 10 minutes? Was there any system to what you did for your study?
So not really. My initial thing was I wanted to read through the entire book, and then I would start doing practice exams, which was a big thing for me. I didn't make a lot of flashcards and take a ton of notes, because I wanted to read through, start taking the tests and say, okay, what do I not know? And then I really only focused on what did I not know? I didn't want to write everything down. I had to first figure out what I didn't know and then start studying just that.
Okay. Would you, besides doing the reading for that hour, and would you ever stop the reading and then go and look at a YouTube video on something that you read? Or would you read and then say, okay, I need to take a break from this book. I'm going to watch a couple of videos during that 1 hour?
Yeah. So I did all of that. And then Doug Blake's videos. So he would do, the chapter breakdowns, especially after I read chapter 10 and things like that. I thought, okay, what out of all of this do I really need to know? So I'd watch his video and he would, one, point out particular things that to focus on, and two, he would elaborate on a lot of things that were confusing to me. So I really did utilize a lot of his videos to focus in on, things that I felt were particularly challenging just by reading. If I was still confused, I would watch videos and try to figure it out that way. But it was a mix of those two.
Okay, awesome. So once you got done and you start your workout, and then obviously you start your family day, do you also work, by the way? Or are you just, 4 kids are full-time stay at home?
Yeah, full-time stay-at-home mom. They are 8 down to 2, and I do homeschool the older 3, and we started back the last week. So yes, I don't have much time for anything.
No, else. I can't imagine that you do. So again, just congrats on passing. So, okay, studied first thing in the morning. You're a morning person. You knocked it out before the kids got going. And then did you ever at night, when the kids went to sleep, I mean, you were probably exhausted by that time, I would imagine, but did you ever study again at night? Did you ever look at the book again throughout the day or watch any videos? Or was it just that discipline in the morning? That's the only time that you used?
Honestly, it was just in the morning. I mean, when I was learning about the different tests and screens and things, I'd, think about them when I looked at the way people were standing, or, their posture, or I'd think about, I'd do some of the tests, like the Thomas test on my husband and things like that, but I wouldn't go back and read the book particularly during the day. No, that was it. That my study time was just that time in the morning. And honestly, you do need time away from it for it to process. I mean, yeah,
for sure. I'm going to take one step back. Did you start this process with any education, formal education in exercise science or advanced nutrition?
I have my certified nutrition coach, but that
from PNN or integrated, or from NASM. Okay, the CNC. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. I'm following here. So, but that's it. No other formal training in exercise science. No other formal studies in exercise science.
No.
Okay, so you study this 1 hour a day for approximately about 2 months. That's what you did. Yeah. It's like 2 months ago, 1 hour a day in the morning, first thing in the morning, and you passed, and you did pretty well, right?
Yeah, I think I got 84% out of all, total. So.
Okay, cool. A few more questions for you. So, I don't know, it doesn't sound like it, but was there a time when you were reading or studying and you just lost interest, not like in learning the material, but just in that moment where you just got distracted? And then, what would you do to reel yourself back in?
Yeah, I mean, there were chapters some of them were kind of a drag. And then when it got into the legal stuff, that was hard. But I think for me, it was having the goal I had an idea in my head when I wanted to take this exam. And I kind of had it laid out, like I have to get these things done by a certain time. So yeah, maybe it's just like an intrinsic motivation to just get to the test, Okay,
really cool. So one of the things is that you literally set a time. You set a time of when you're going to take the test. Did you actually register for it, or did you just say in your head, I want to take it in 2 months around this time?
Yeah, I wanted to get it done before I started school with my kids. So I didn't register until it got really close, just to make sure. Okay. But that was kind of the plan, just to have it out of the way before this started.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. So tell us your top tips. These folks that are in here, some of them are retesting, some of them are going for the first time. If you had to lay it out, your top tips that you can provide these folks in this group right now to help them pass, this ACE exam, what would it be? What are your top tips?
I think the thing is you're not going to absorb the entire textbook. Like, I read it, and some things stuck out. Like when I took the tests, the practice tests initially, I was like, okay, I did not that great, but I didn't expect to absorb all of it. And then, really I focused on, okay, when you take the practice test, it'll give you the explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that not the right answer? What was the right answer? And, where to look for it. And then I'd really go back and say, okay, why did I get that wrong? And focus on the general concepts, not memorizing exact questions. What was the concept behind that I got wrong? Or,
meaning just the thought process. So you did a question on the practice exams. I know that's one of the things that you mentioned about doing the practice exams and redoing that. So if you got one wrong, it wasn't the actual question that you were trying to memorize. It was like, why did I get this question wrong? What is the concept behind it?
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Because, I don't think you can hope for seeing duplicate questions. I know a lot of people are asking, well, what were the questions that you saw? Or were they like the ones on the practice exams? Mm-hmm. Looking for should I just memorize those questions? Well, not particularly. I mean, yes, they're obviously are based around the same concepts, but that's it, right? If you get the concept, like the planes of motion, it's not like you remember that question. If Susan moves her arm this way, what does that? No, know what the planes of motion are, what the movements are, and then any of the questions that fall into that category, you'll be like, okay, I can answer that. So
awesome. Really cool. Okay. So any other last tips that you can give these folks? Some of them are, you see some of the posts are like, I'm testing in 3 days, should I do? Or I'm testing in, 2 weeks. Any other tips? So one, you said that book can you show them that book one more time, please? So the name of this book is Anatomy for Strength and Fitness Training. I've seen that book before. Great. Second thing was the Doug Blake videos, the chapter by chapter reviews that we're doing here and Doug's doing.
Right.
That can be, you can get those in the exam prep course. And then the last thing was the practice exams, like literally doing the practice exams. Anything else that you would recommend to these folks?
I don't know. I guess relax, because if you've been studying and you've read and you're taking notes and you're doing the practice exams and things like that, I think you know a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for. I mean, you're stressed because you're about to take a test. But you get in there and you're like, oh, okay, I do know this. If you've been working on it, it's in there. Not to try to cram the night before, because you've been studying all along. Relax. It's not that bad. It really isn't. If you've failed before, then again, you need to go back and what were the problem areas, or what, because it should show you, right? It showed me what domains and what I got. And one of them I did way poorer than the other one. So if that were me, I'd be like, hey, that's the one we need to focus on. But good luck to everybody. I wish you the best.
So cool. Yeah. Well, listen, thank you again so much for taking your time to share some of the tips that you have and your experience. One last thing, now that you've gotten your certification, just curious, and I think some of the testers might be too, how do you plan to apply it? Like, are you going to go get a job as an employee? I mean, I know you're raising a family right now, but like, are you going to do things on the side? Are you going to do stuff online? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I got it for my own general knowledge. I enjoy fitness, and I wanted to know more and be able to program my own workouts, and then just help my friends and family. I mean, if anybody around me, I'm enthusiastic about it, and I like to share my passion with my family and my kids and my friends. So that is really why I got into it.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, when the day comes, if it does, I'm going to just a real quick shameless plug, reach out to Body Design University if you want to start a business, or, you go that route. But that's just so cool. Awesome. Thank you so much again for sharing. apply the stuff that you learned to the family. And guys, if you have passed recently like Liza and you have some really good tips that you feel that would help some of the other test takers in this group, any unique methodologies for studying, test take, anything at all, do me a favor, comment below. Let me know that you'd like to be interviewed. We are going to be doing these interviews on a consistent basis. And Liza was number one. Thank you so much, Liza. I appreciate your time. Have a great one.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.